Midweek Analysis.
Hey guys, this is a midweek analysis for January 6th of 2021. Okay, we'll start off with the Aussie NZD pair. Okay, the Aussie NZD, like we've been doing, strong double bottom against a weak downward trend line, and so we're long biased until at least this trend line right here or that pivot high. Okay, those levels are 1.1037 or perhaps 1.0913. Okay, so this week, what's happening? Okay, so let's look at this chart. Last week, there was a long trade right here, right? And so I was mentioning we want price to keep respecting this trend line or this trend line, right? And for the time being, price is respecting those two trend lines. Again, it's okay for price to dip down, right? So a wick could go down, but we don't want to close under that. Okay, so preferably we want price to keep respecting these. Okay? And another thing we want to look for is you want to watch out for this gap level right here. This gap. So there's a close right here, open here. So the gap is right here. We want price to stay above that gap level while simultaneously having compact price action on this daily trend line. Okay? Yeah, so for the time being, it still looks okay. Then we could maybe target that monthly target, but we're gonna have to see. I'll keep you guys updated on the weekly analysis on what happens on this one. Alrighty. Okay, so let's go on to the Euro Yen. Wow. Okay. So the Euro Yen, okay, this is a weekly chart. Let's recall, this was a strong long, weak short, and we were long biased until at least that stop loss at that pivot high. Now again, that target was hit last week already. And now, let's see what could possibly happen. Hold on. Okay, for the time being, we're still long biased, right? Because this is a weekly chart again. Because of this long, this long being so strong, we're still long biased. So the first next level we want to watch out for, right? There's a couple levels. This is a monthly chart. Okay. Let's zoom out on that. Okay, so the first level is this pivot to this pivot. Price is right on that right now. This pivot to this pivot. That's the next level. And this pivot to this pivot. Okay, so there's a lot of possible levels where if you're long this trade, you could take targets. So those levels are, let's see, 127.62 and 129.11. Okay, so if you're already long in this trade, those are levels to possibly take some profits out of. Okay? Let's see. Okay, so that's if you're long this trade, those are the targets you want to look for. But for me, what I'm looking for, okay, is possibly if there's a nice short that forms. Okay. I will want that short to come back down, and then we could take it long again, right back to that stop loss target again. So we have a static target. So that is what I'm looking for in the coming weeks. Okay. Oh, and please subscribe if you like these videos. And please push the like button. It really helped me out, guys. Thank you. Okay. So that's the Euro Yen. Let's go on to the NZD USD. Well, that's interesting. We're talking about this long trade that's weak. It went up solely based on momentum, right? And so we're looking for a short entry right back to this target right here at this stop loss. That level is that's a little bit lower than that. It's 0.6588. Okay. Now we want to look for a short. However, at this point, this is a monthly chart. There are no obvious levels of resistance or diagonal resistance, right? So what normally happens in this kind of move is that price begins to make its own trend line. So this is a weekly chart. You want to begin drawing after each weekly close new pivots to that new trend lines to that new pivot. So that pivot right there, right? And that's an obvious pivot, right? Here's another obvious pivot from that trend line to the new high every time a new weekly candle forms. And we want to see if price can start respecting that, right? Like that, and having compact price action. Okay. We don't want any sudden moves down, nor do we want wide moves. Okay. We want to have compact price action. Okay. So you can also do that on the daily chart. Oh, the daily is kind of hard to do right now. Okay. So just on the weekly chart is fine. All right. Now at the same time, on the weekly chart, right, we wanted to have that compact price action respecting the new trend lines. This is a 4-hour chart. What we want on the 4-hour chart is price to start rounding out. Okay? We don't want any sudden moves down. We want a rounding out of price. Or another possibility is that we start to have reversal patterns. So to have a double top, then down, props H and S. Okay, so that's what we want to be looking for to target that daily short right here, this level right here. Okay. I started a price action trading course for the intermediate trader. I really recommend you guys watch that, because if you watch that course, I think a lot of things I'm talking about on these forecasts, you understand better, right? Because all this analysis is based on price action. So if you have time, please check that out. Yeah, I think that's it for the midweek analysis. Okay, I'll keep you guys updated on the weekly forecast. So thanks for watching, guys, and have a great rest of the day. Thank you. Bye.